Good morning, Alana. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Cool glasses. Are those sunglasses?
No, my mom bought these for whenever I'm looking at like electronics because they're blue light glasses, so they protect my eyes from some rays.
Really smart. Really interesting. I hear from your dad that you have started to take coding classes.
Yes, I have.
So tell me about those. Tell me what you're doing in those.
So I'm starting in scratch, and we're doing all these like fun projects, like making the hippo move, and then if it touches the strawberry, it eats it, and then the strawberry goes to a random place, and you get more points the more it disappears. And bouncy ballroom, there's you have like so you code ha so you code keys of the for the ball to move, like you press a key and then it moves. And another version of that is when you press a key it moves but it drags a line, like a colorful line. Then if it goes on the edge it bounces off and it makes like a drawing.
Excellent. And so when they say coding, what part is code, or what is it? Why do they call it coding?
Like they're coding, like code, like you're putting pieces together like code to make this do that or this do that.
Um, And are they like sentences? Is it like a language? Is it what is it exactly? Is it like a machine?
So right now I'm starting in scratch. It's like little puzzles. Like you get a piece and it says something like if on edge bounce or move 10 steps or turn 15 degrees. You just put that up and maybe it says forever. That means you do this forever if you put it inside.
So it sounds like it is sort of like a language. Is that fair to say it's a language?
Yeah, it's kind of like a language.
And is it hard or is it easy or sometimes hard, sometimes easy?
Now I'm kind of starting to get the hang of it, so I only really need help like changing the backgrounds.
Hmm.
Um, and when it tells me to create a key to press to make that move, it's kind of easy.
And do you think that you're going to be able to do more and more complicated projects?
I think so.
Okay. And do you know anybody who is a coder? Any grown-ups who are coders for a living or teenagers who code?
Um, my dad's um, so he has a app called Taken, and to do that, a person named Reza had to code it, had to code it, um, and I think that's really cool. And so I know a coder.
Good. And do you know what's similar to what you're learning and to what those kind of coders do? Or do you know if it's the same thing? Or I'm trying to figure out.
Kind of. It's kind of the same thing because I'm really just on beginner level. Like I'm not like on like zeros and ones yet.
So have you seen the code of like complicated programs?
No, I haven't
Do you know this? Is it Raza? Is that his or her name?
yet.
And could you ask to see the code just so you could see what it looks like?
Actually, I could do that.
I think it's interesting. I always think it's interesting, if you're in archery, it's interesting to see how a great archery person does it. If you're in jujitsu, do you ever watch like really expert jujitsu masters?
Sometimes when we're on YouTube, sometimes we search up maybe Marcelo Garcia or yeah, stuff like that.
Do you like looking at people who are real experts?
Yeah, because I can watch them do what they're doing and maybe learn some new moves that they're doing maybe or just try or maybe when I'm going against someone right now, my dad or Logan, I could try that move.
So would you say you can learn from experts?
I could,
Okay. Uh,
even though it's like, even though like it's not teaching you, like it's not like this. Alana, do this, or next step you do that. You just watch.
mhm. How about archery experts? Have you ever watched really great archery experts?
Actually, not really.
Hmm. Might be interesting just to see. Maybe there's nothing to watch. Maybe it's not that different, but it might be interesting to watch. Trying to think of what other things you're learning to do. Um, well, let's see. Spanish. You know, some people are fluent in Spanish, and you're still learning Spanish, right?
Yes.
Um, do you hear people who are fluent very often?
For my Spanish lessons, my teacher is, I think, fluent,
Do you hear?
and
Do
I think the last or go go
Do you,
ahead.
do you hear your teacher talking ordinary Spanish conversation with other people?
No, it's usually like English.
Hmm. Have you ever tried to watch Spanish TV?
Yeah, yeah, I've done that.
Can you understand it
Yeah,
completely?
or at least just most of it I can understand most of it.
Wow,
Like I used to watch kind of in Spanish.
fabuloso! I'm impressed. Um, so, with their martial arts experts, their archery experts, there are people who are fluent in Spanish. Um, how about writing? Do you know anybody who's a really good writer?
Jocko Willink. Um, there's
So Jocko's written books, right? He's written several books.
yep.
And have you tried to read his books?
I've read all of them.
Oh, you have. Have you tried to write a book yet yourself?
So today I want to write a comic, and I already have the idea. It's probably gonna be really funny or fun.
Cool. And you're going to do the drawings as well?
Yeah,
Excellent. And so do you think that you have learned about how to write things by reading other writers?
yeah. Like maybe they put like exclamation points or periods or spaces. Yeah.
Got it. And then with cartoons, do you think when you do a cartoon, you've learned from reading good cartoons?
Yeah. Like maybe Smurfs graphic novels or stuff like that.
Hmm. Do you think some of them are well done and some are not so well done?
The ones that I've read are all very good.
Okay. Um, so I'm very interested in how we learn from experts or people, in the case of fluent in Spanish, they just, they know how to talk, they speak in Spanish all the time. Are there any other ways in which you think you might be learning from experts?
Um, Maybe at the archery range, maybe I could watch some people do that.
Hmm. How often are you going to do archery these days?
Um, I I think my dad said Morley Field is closed down.
Of course, of course. So that kind of stopped the archery for a while. But
Yeah.
maybe after things open up again, then maybe you can go back at some point. Okay. Well, what are you going to do today?
As I said, I'm gonna make some comics, and I don't really know what else.
Totally good. Well, congrats on the comics. Congrats on the coding. And you maybe have your dad send me the comic when it's done so I can look at it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye, Lana.